It's lights out and away we go. Bottas and Hamilton both getting it away well. Perez not the best start, and he's already got
Texas Motor Speedway, the Genesis 300. Palou sees the green first.
Ready.
In the black and red Verizon car. Ready.
Green.
Big crash.
Spinning out the back. We're going to yellow.
Daly. Fittipaldi.
Daly's upside down, I believe.
That was a real slow start. Guys started spinning their tires up. Daly's right side up now, but this is...
Hola, Formula One and IndyCar fans. Welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is May 6, 2021. But before I begin with anything, I'd like to pause for a moment of silence in honor of the people who were killed in that train subway overpass accident collapse in Mexico City. Once again, to the families of those who lost their loved ones in that accident, I say, lo siento. Anyway, now to get on with the world of racing. Wasn't Portugal interesting or what? With just one lap in the race, looks like Kimi Räikkönen's Alfa Romeo decided to wing it right behind his teammate Giovinazzi. Tough break, huh? He's gone from Flying Fin 2.0 to more like Falling Fin 1.0. Alright, maybe that wasn't the best joke, but turns out he was the only retirement of the entire race. As for the winner, well, once again, another boring Mercedes dominance by Lewis Hamilton, who took his 97th win at Portugal. Max Verstappen, not so distant second, but Valtteri Bottas finished third, and I'm sure it was a race he'd like to forget himself, despite starting on pole. If you're hoping for Ferrari, at best they finished 6th and 11th. 6th was Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz Jr. was 11th. And as for Aston Martin, I hate to say this, but they finished 13th and 14th. Vettel and Stroll finishing 14th.
Leaping legends!
There is no doubt that this win increases the Mercedes Silver Arrow's lead in the Constructors' title by a whole bunch, and Lewis Hamilton increases his lead in the Drivers' title. I've already put my money on him to win the championship, to say the least. Much less this following weekend in Spain at the Circuit de Catalunya, which you can catch on May 9th. It'll be lights out, and we'll see where the championship goes from here. In Formula E news, also this coming weekend on May 8th and 9th, the doubleheader in Monte Carlo will occur. I just hope Jaguar can get their act together and retake the Constructors' lead again. I bet this is how they're prepping up for it, being the big cats that they are. As one cat to another, I'd say another victory would be just what they dragged in. On to the Texas doubleheader that occurred this past weekend for the IndyCar races, and I gotta say, it was practically a triple whammy for AJ Foyt Enterprises. In the first of two races, Seb Bourdais slammed into the wall. The second race ended for both Bourdais and Kellett in a first lap pileup. I'm sure AJ Foyt was not the least bit happy about it. And I'm sure it was an expensive cleanup too, and repairs for those cars as well. I'm sorry, AJ.
Where's Marcus?
As for Marcus Ericsson, he finished 19th in the first round and 12th in the second. Yeah, I'm afraid it's not so sweet as Sweden for him in this race. There's something I meant to mention earlier, is the fact that it recently came to my attention that Michael Andretti has invited Dan Weldon's two sons, Oliver and Sebastian, to be part of their young drivers program, in the hopes maybe that they will follow in their father's footsteps and become IndyCar racers for Andretti Autosport. Even though they're about 10 and 12 at this point, I sincerely hope it happens. So, Sebastian and Oliver, if you're watching this, I hope you do become IndyCar racers someday soon, follow in your dad's footsteps. And I, for one, am forever thankful that I was at both Indy 500s your father won in 2005 and 2011. Man, can't believe it's already been 10 years since your dad won his final Indy 500 and final race, for that matter. In fact, it was a race that shattered a 99-year-old record, because up until then, this record would be the winner who led the least amount of laps at Indy. Dan Weldon, in 2011, only led a few hundred meters thanks to J.R. Hildebrand going into the wall as a rookie mistake on the final corner of the final lap. And who held that record before him? It was Joe Dawson in 1912. This was a month after his long-lost brother Jack Dawson died on the Titanic, so you can imagine, while Jack Dawson was the king of the world, Joe Dawson was the king of the brickyard! Woo-hoo-woo! As for the amount of laps that Joe Dawson led on his way to his 1912 Indianapolis 500 win, it was only 2. With Scott Dixon being on pole for both races in this doubleheader, I will say that he led a majority of the first race, but his fellow countryman, Scott McLaughlin of Team Penske, was starting to close in on him, but ran out of laps, and it was in fact the first time 2 Kiwis finished on the podium in Indy cars, and 2 Scots for that matter. Like, what are the odds? 2 New Zealanders, whose names are Scott, they finish 1-2, and they say Kiwis don't fly. Well, I'd say these Kiwis, they certainly did fly to victory. Congratulations, Scott Dixon, for cashing that to the bank with your PNC-sponsored car. And Scott McLaughlin with your PPG paint sponsors. Oh, you sure painted yourself a nice picture by finishing second. I guess Penske does have faith in you that you will someday win a race, and when you do, that'll be quite colorful as PPG paint calls for. By the same token, it just goes to show that with McLaughlin and Dixon in the fray, IndyCar's not about to go scot-free. In the second round, it was quite a pile-up that involved the Foyt cars of Kellett and Bourdais, and Connor Daly getting upside down. Thank God that aero screen did its job as normal. So, busted pride, but Connor, I'm sure you're still pursuing your daily dream of winning a race someday. As for who won it, you could say the odds were standing pat for one man, or should I say, standing patto for one Mexican who got his biggest IndyCar award yet. I'm talking about Patricio O'Ward, who managed to take the lead from Joseph Newgarden with a few laps to go, hold on to it, and keep it away from Joseph Newgarden to win his first IndyCar race. Felicidad, Pato O'Ward! I'm sure with this excitement and the fact that you were always considered a threat to win, you give a lot of IndyCar fans like you and me something to talk about. In conclusion, I'd like to say that a 6th Andretti Autosport entry has been confirmed for the Indianapolis 500. The 6th entry will be Stefan Wilson, Justin Wilson's younger brother, and he's hoping to win this just like his brother was not able to. I hope you do, Stefan, if you're watching this, because one thing's for sure, where there's a Wilson, there's a way. In the fact that yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, that may be the case, but the Mexican fiesta ain't over yet, because with the excitement of Patricio O'Ward winning on May 2nd, today is his birthday, so he wins his first IndyCar race 4 days before he turns 22, which is today. So I say, Feliz Cumpleaños, Señor O'Ward. Congratulations, and I'm celebrating, and as I said, your victory and the hopes that you'll win many more, especially the Indy 500, will give a lot of people something to talk about. Congratulations once again. I knew you got your biggest award yet, and with you being a threat in racing, the odds are indeed standing patto for you. I wish you luck in the Indy 500 and the races before and after. So stay tuned. If you like my videos, please subscribe for more content. Soy Aran Cylinder, disparando a todos los cilindros.